Let me ask you something first. When was the last time you thought about your pet, the one you lost, and felt something other than pain? Maybe it was a flash of something warm, a memory of their eyes, the way they used to press their whole weight against your leg, like they were trying to hold you in place. And then, just as quickly as that warmth came, the grief rushed back in and swallowed it whole. I know that feeling, and I think you're here because part of you is searching, not just for comfort, but for truth. You want to know what actually happened, not the clinical version, not the biology. You want to know where they went, whether they're okay, whether the love you built together just ended. It didn't, and I want to walk you through why. The soul doesn't wait for the body. Here's the first thing I need you to understand, and I want you to really sit with this one, because it changes everything. Your pet's soul didn't leave at the moment of death. It started leaving long before that. Think about the last days, or even weeks, before your animal passed. Did they seem a little distant, like they were physically present, but somehow not fully there? Maybe their eyes had a far-off quality. Maybe they seemed less interested in the things that used to excite them. Most people chalk this up to illness, to pain, to old age. And yes, the body was struggling. But something else was happening too. The soul was already beginning to lift. From everything I've come to understand, through years of working with people who've lost animals, through the stories people tell, through the quiet but unmistakable patterns that emerge over and over again, the spirit doesn't just pop out at the moment of death. It eases out gradually, like a long, slow exhale. Before death even arrives, the animal's soul begins to separate from the physical body, not all at once, but in stages. What you were seeing in those final days, that spaciness, that quiet withdrawal, wasn't your pet abandoning you. It was their spirit preparing, getting lighter, getting ready to make the full crossing. This matters because it means your animal wasn't trapped in their suffering the way you feared they were. Even in the middle of pain, even in the final hours, part of them had already moved somewhere else. Somewhere easier, somewhere that didn't hurt. There are no accidents. I know what you're thinking. Especially if your pet died suddenly. Especially if there was an accident. Or if you had to make a decision. Or if something felt unfinished. You're thinking, was it my fault? Was this supposed to happen? Did they die too soon? Here's what I've come to believe, deeply, and without reservation. There are no accidents in the crossing of an animal. Every animal that comes into your life arrives with a purpose. They aren't just companions. They're teachers, and not in a soft, vague, greeting card kind of way. They are deliberate, intentional, specific teachers. They came to teach you something about yourself. Maybe it was about trust. Maybe it was about receiving love without guilt. Maybe it was about learning to slow down, to play, to be fully present in a moment. Maybe it was about your own worthiness, because sometimes the only being in the world who looked at you like you were enough was them. And here's the thing, when that lesson is complete, when they've given you what they came to give, they know, they feel it at the deepest level. Some internal signal, some quiet inner knowing says, My work here is done. And then they choose to go. That word, choose, is important. Because it means this wasn't taken from them. They weren't victims of timing or circumstance or your decisions. At the soul level, they chose the moment, they chose the manner, they chose who would be there, and sometimes who wouldn't be, because even that detail carried meaning. Does that make it hurt less? No, the grief is still real, the grief is still enormous. But underneath the grief, if you can feel for it, there is something else. Something almost like peace, because they weren't lost. They completed something, the welcome home. Now let me tell you about the part that gets me every single time. The moment the soul fully separates from the body, there is a greeting. And it's not a quiet, empty crossing into some cold void. The crossing is met. Every soul that was ever connected to that animal, every human who loved them, every animal they bonded with, is present for that arrival. The ones who passed before them, old friends from this life and others, every being that was part of their soul's story. It's a homecoming, but here's the part that will really get you. You are there too. I know. You were sitting in the vet's office, or on the floor of your kitchen, or on the other side of the world when it happened. You were right here, still in your body, still breathing, still devastated. How could you possibly be there? Because your soul is bigger than your body. The part of you that loves, the deepest, most essential part, that part isn't confined to your physical form. It can be in two places at once, and the moment your pet crossed over, part of you was already there to meet them, to welcome them, to say, I've got you, you're home. You were not absent from the most important moment of their life. You were there, a version of you that exists beyond time and grief and guilt. That version was waiting, arms open, when they arrived. They didn't take the pain with them. This one is for everyone who watched their animals suffer. Everyone who sat with them through illness, through labored breathing, through the terrible helplessness of watching a body fail while love just stood there, unable to do anything. The moment the soul crosses, fully, completely, the pain stays with the body. It doesn't follow them. It doesn't travel through. Think about it like a heavy coat they were wearing. A coat that didn't belong to their true nature, that they only needed for the time they spent in physical form. The moment they stepped out of that coat, they stepped out of the weight of it. The discomfort, the limitation, the struggle, all of it stays behind. What crosses is only the essence of who they were, their personality, their love, their particular way of being in the world. The mischievous one is still mischievous. The gentle one is still gentle. The one who was obsessed with you and followed you from room to room. Still obsessed with you, still following. Just differently now. The relationship doesn't end. It changes. This is what I most want you to carry with you. Death does not close the relationship. It changes the form of it. Your pet is still connected to you. Not in some vague, abstract, spiritual bypass kind of way, but in an active, ongoing, real way. They are still sending you things, little signals, signs that arrive as coincidences, as sudden memories that hit you out of nowhere, as animals behaving strangely around you, as songs that come on at exactly the right moment, as the inexplicable feeling, just for a second, that you are not alone in the room. You might be dismissing these things. Most people do. Our rational minds are very good at explaining things away. It's just a coincidence. I'm just grieving. I'm making this up. But what if you're not making it up? What if the willingness to even consider that they're still reaching out is all you need to start feeling it more clearly? The love you built with that animal did not go nowhere. Love that real doesn't dissolve. It finds new channels, and they are actively, creatively, persistently looking for ways to reach you through those channels, because that's just who they are. They spent their whole life trying to get your attention, trying to connect with you, trying to make you feel something. Death didn't change that part of them. About the guilt, I can't talk about this without talking about the guilt. Because so many people who've lost a pet aren't just grieving. They're carrying a weight that grief doesn't fully account for. They're carrying the weight of the decision they made or didn't make, the timing they question, the moment they weren't there, the last conversation that wasn't perfect, the years they wish they'd done differently. And to all of that, to every specific version of that guilt, the animals say the same thing over and over in every form of communication we manage to receive. There's nothing to forgive, not because what happened didn't matter, but because from their perspective, from the soul level, everything happened as it was meant to. You were the right person for them. Even with all your doubts, all your mistakes, all the ways you think you fell short, you were exactly right for them. They chose you, and they'd choose you again. The guilt you're carrying is human. It's a measure of how much you loved. But it's not a debt. They're not waiting for you to pay it off before they can rest. They're already at rest. They're already whole. And they want you to be too. What to do with all of this? Let me end with something practical. If any part of this landed with you, if even one sentence cracked something open, I want you to do one thing: talk to them. I know it might feel strange. I know it might feel like sending a letter to an address that no longer exists. But try it anyway. Speak out loud or just in your head. Tell them what you miss. Tell them what you're sorry for. Not because they need the apology, but because you need to say it. Ask them for a sign, and then, this is the important part, pay attention. Not with your skeptical mind that's already cataloging reasons to dismiss things. Pay attention with the part of you that still loves them. The part that, even now, would recognize them anywhere. They haven't gone far. They haven't gone cold. They haven't forgotten you. And the love that made losing them feel like the end of something. That love is exactly why you're still in each other's lives. The connection doesn't end. It just finds a new way home.